Hey there everybody, it's Nick again. Welcome back. Now for this session I would like to make a bit more crystal clear what I've been alluding to over a number of the past videos. And that is what really happens when we make a decision about what certain stimuli in the environment is trying to tell us. So let's get started with that. When you are having a thought, you are taking in, again, stimuli, information, data from the environment, and you're trying to make sense of that data, to give it an interpretation or some sort of meaning. Now, when you do this, well, first of all, what is data? And data is whatever objective, measurable, easily agreed upon stuff that you're taking in from the environment. It could be what you're seeing, hearing, smelling. It could be simply the words someone else is using to try to get you to buy into a certain claim that they're making. It's the evidence. Now, the thing about this is that the data should not be anything we disagree on. We hopefully can objectively state what the data really is. But turning that data into some meaning, some interpretation, that's where most of the disagreements occur. But when we do this, we take in this data, and we take the data and we put it on our canvas. And when I say canvas, this is what makes up our worldview. We'll discuss that here in a moment. But we take the data and we put it on this canvas here, and much like a painting, it's how we see the data in the context of everything else, combined with our own experiences, perception, point of view, that allows us to get meaning from that data. So what makes up this canvas? And notice that the data was something that was independent. It was something that everybody can agree upon, but we arrive at often very different meanings based upon how our canvas is constructed. So what makes up our canvas? Well, a lot of things listed here. Our educational background, our heritage, our cultural upbringing, our successes, our failures. There are some physiological aspects to it. There's a part of what captures everything in our neural net is the chemical makeup of what makes up our head, and a lot of hormonal or other aspects as well that makes the life experience different between men and women. It could be, short people versus tall people have different experiences. People who are more weak and physically not as gifted as other folks have different life experiences. The lore. What is lore? Lore is the cultural story tradition of how we got to be where we are. Folklore. A lot of biblical teaching is a type of lore. It's the stories that we have told through our whole culture that gives us our own self-identity. Now, all of these things combine to make up our worldview. And since the canvas that each person has is unique, we often can assign different interpretations to what data really is telling us. Again, this is what happens. The data should be agreed upon. If we just looked at the data of itself, we should find a way, if we are being honest with each other and if we are communicating essentially perfectly, there should be no disagreement objectively to what data is. But since we run it through each of our various canvases, this is why we assign different meanings to things. So this is a simple lesson, but it's an important one to really highlight what I've been alluding to for a while now, but now I'm making it more explicit. So for today's Scale Builder, I would like you to think about a situation where you took in data and someone else took in the same data, yet you two people arrived at very different conclusions to what that data actually meant. And I want you to think about your canvas and the canvas of another person, to really think about why it is the difference in the person's canvas that allows you to arrive at very different interpretations and meaning. So thank you very much for your time, and I will see you in the next session. Take care.